Welcome to Dr. Charles Speaks, a podcast for now. You've joined us for a special series of transformational talks, selected exclusively from Dr. Charles's corporate success calls. The 15-minute calls are designed to encourage leaders, activate your thought life, and prepare you for the challenges ahead. Dr. Charles joins every call with a blend of his personal experiences, his expertise as a John Maxwell certified mentor and coach, and of course, his more than 30 years of exceptional experience in both corporate America and ministry. Get motivated with Dr. Charles Speaks, a transformational talk from the Red Line on today's podcast, inspiring excellence and generating results.
Good day, my friends. It's another week's journey. It's a journey that we have an opportunity to start our week off on a great note. It's a great day already because we're in the land of the living. That means something. That must mean that there's an opportunity for us to grow and an opportunity for us to take on something new, a new challenge. This is the Red Line. This is Dr. Charles speaking. I want to do this. Two things. I want to inspire you and I want to challenge you. And I want the end result to be your personal leadership growth, taking it up another level and not becoming satisfied, but continuously pouring out all that you have. As I've said to someone, I said, when the time comes for me to make my transition from earth to heaven, I simply want to die empty of all that I have in knowledge and experience and all that I have to share with you that will make a difference, because that is so important to leave a positive legacy. So today, this time that we have with you today on this call, I want to talk about having faith in people, because people of influence, if you're going to make new influencers, if you're going to pour yourself into them and duplicate yourself from your experiences and from the things that will help people become more influencers in their life, multiplying over and over and over again, then it comes a time when you're looking for those leaders, you've got to have faith. Faith in people. They may not look the part in the beginning. They may not even act the part, but there's something there. I just believe it. I just know it. There's something there. You can see it, and I want you to do something about just merely seeing potential. I want you to put faith in those potentials, because someday they may even make it all the way to the top of the hill, and with your help, they will. Nancy Dornan, D-O-R-N-A-N, she said, when you believe in people, you'll be amazed they'll do the impossible. It starts with belief and faith in people. I want to talk to you about three things here as it relates to being a person of influence that has faith in people. The reality is this. You've heard me say this. The reality is that every person on this earth, every person, not leaving anyone behind, everyone has seeds of greatness within themselves. Even though those seeds, they may currently be dormant, there are people on this earth, such as you, there are leaders who have an eye for people that have this greatness within them, and our job is to help them see it, and that it may go from being dormant to coming alive and making a difference. What are you talking about? Faith. You don't hear faith much in the workplace, right? You don't hear that word except in the church community. But faith is belief in action. That's just what it is. Faith is more than thinking something is true. Faith is thinking something is true to the extent that we act on it. And I'm acting on it. I've taken up the mantle this year to make it a purpose to mentor 3 to 5 individuals. I found 3 of the 5 thus far, diamonds in the rough. They are. And I'm enjoying the opportunity to share and to put confidence and faith and belief that they can make it. So number one, I said it, every person has seeds of greatness within them. We just got to turn the light on and open our eyes and see the potential and go to work. Number 2, as you work to become a person of influence, that's what leaders do. We influence. Always remember that your goal, hear me now, always remember that your goal is not to get people to think more highly of you. It's to get them to think more highly of themselves. We got a whole lot of people that's thinking real highly of themselves. But you really want to get into this positive leadership, and you really want to take this course on making people around you better, and you really want to wear the title of being a servant leader, then it's really not all about you. It's about the people that come into your life, the people that you can pour in, the people that you can make a difference by sharing positive things, teaching them things that they ought to know. It takes a positive leader. It takes a person who's secure in their own skin to look out and to reach out and to pour in and to bring out all the best qualities of people that we encounter. We've been talking about having faith in people. Well, let's back up a second. Let's have faith in yourself. Believe in yourself. You have something within you. Don't let anybody tell you you can't do it. You won't be good at it. What's the use? Matter of fact, I've always turned that around. I've had people say, you're not going to do it, you can't do it, naysayers. But what it did for me, it gave me fuel to say, I'll show you. And I can remember just in sports as playing basketball and playing against bigger kids, and you're never going to beat us. We got you. Well, what it did was made me better because I just played harder and practiced and got better where I could make a difference out on the floor. Now, I never made it to the NBA or anything like that, let alone playing in college ball. But the reality, what I'm saying is that if I listened to all of the newspaper clippings that people have said that was negative, that said what I couldn't do, or saw something or didn't see something in me of potential, I didn't let that stop me. I use it as fuel. And I'm asking you to gas up, fill up your tank with positivity. And you know what? You don't even have to remind the naysayers after you make it up the road and you become successful and you're doing a lot of great things. You just let your actions speak for your word, and you'll see. You may turn around and help them. I know you will, because that's the type of person you are, positive. And so even when the naysayers see that you have made them out to not know what they were talking about, go back and pour something in them. They'll be more receptive then. You made a believer out of them. Now, there are a few people that I don't care what you do. You can stand on your head and you can run 100 miles an hour and they still won't give you credit. Don't worry about them. You just keep working with the folks that are going to make a difference. That's what you do. So, as you work to become a person of influence, I said, always remember that your goal is not to get people to think more highly of you, but it's to get them to think more highly of themselves. Number 3, you need faith. You need faith in others. Why? Before you can persuade them to believe in themselves, you need faith. Ralph Waldo, he said this. He said, trust people and they will be true to you. Treat them greatly and they will show themselves great. Become a believer in people, and even the most tentative and inexperienced people can bloom, that is, bloom right before your very eyes. It can happen, folks. So with the time I have left, I want to take some passages from John Maxwell. He shares his advice on how to become a believer in people. I may not have time to go through all of the list, but some great eye-openers, some things that we need to know because it's about faith and putting faith in people and how to become a believer in people. Well, number 1, believe in them before they succeed. Another way of saying this is believing in people before they have proved themselves is a key to motivating people to reach their potential. And that's when you have a keen eye. You see something. You see potential. And so you place your belief in them before they succeed. It's easy to jump on a bandwagon of a winning team. Everyone loves a winner. It's easy to have faith in people who have already proven themselves, but it's much tougher to believe in people before they have proved themselves. So have something positive. You find something that's within them and you speak to that and they can work on that. Because number 2, emphasize their strengths. That's where you start. You might look at 99 of the things that they're not doing right but look at the one thing that they are doing right and emphasize that particular strength. The best way to show people your faith in them and to motivate them is to focus your attention on the things that they're doing well, because by emphasizing the people's strengths, that what they're doing right, you're helping them to do what? You're helping them to believe that they possess something, what they need to succeed. That's wonderful. That gets the momentum going. That gets people believing in themselves, that get them realizing they can do it. And when they can do that one thing, you'll be amazed that they'll be able to do several things along the way. Number 3, sit down with the people that you're mentoring and list out their past successes, because people are quick to remember the failures. People are quick to remember who dropped the ball, who cost the game. I know one of the questions we ask all the time, I ask it personally when I'm interviewing people. I said, tell me about the most proudest accomplishment life to date. And I know people, sometimes they don't want to talk about their accomplishments, but it does provoke the fact that you accomplished something. You set out and you did it. And there are things that you did. And those are the motivating factors that keep you moving. Number 4 goes on, instill confidence even when we fail. Because let's not just fool ourselves. Anything that you try and you're working on, you're going to fail at it. But as positive leaders, what we're going to do? We're going to instill positivity. We're going to instill confidence, because one of the ways to instill confidence is to tell others about your past failures, your past troubles, and tell them how you've overcome them. Because what it does is it shows them that success is a journey. It is a process. It's not a destination. And if you can overcome, then they too can get a hold of overcoming themselves when they reach that area of failing. And always remind them to fail forward, not to fail backwards. Number 5, experience some wins together. People need to believe that they can win too. In order to do that, help people believe that they can achieve victory, but put them in a position to experience small successes. So if you've got an inexperienced person on your team and you're having a group project, put them with some experienced people. Because the intent here is that by them being with experienced people, you have confidence in those that have the experience, and they'll more than likely do well. Well, the inexperienced person is learning while they grow, and so they share too in on the victory. They share too on the success of the project, and it makes a world of difference. And if you can visualize future success, then you will have the will to win. You will achieve half of your success. You'll just keep on moving higher. But if you don't, you just give up. Never give up, as I've said. And so I like to close with a quote. To be what we are and to become what we are capable of becoming is the only end of life. My friends, let me say this. It's amazing what we can do when we don't know what we can't do. You've been listening to Dr. Charles. This is The Red Line. Now let's go back to work and let's make an exciting, positive week. Until next time, God bless.
Thank you for listening to Dr. Charles Speaks. Visit drcharlesred.com for booking info for your ministry, business, or leadership team. Get info about The Red Line, a 15-minute corporate success call each Monday morning with Dr. Charles. Follow Dr. Charles on all social media at Dr. Charles Red. Subscribe to the podcast here for every episode of Dr. Charles Speaks. Thanks for joining us. Like Dr. Charles always says, no matter what, never, never, never give up. Until next time.